This is Bob Rutledge, and I wanted to do a video for Google My Business, in particular for people. Well, it's going to happen to a lot of people. Their account's going to get suspended for whatever reason, especially it seems in the service industry business. I had a client, a new client, contacted me the other day. His Google local service, his Google My Business account had been suspended. He had 60 or 70 reviews, most of them 5 stars. This was a very valuable tool of his. And if any of you have spent any time at all studying, or if you have, I've actually put tracking numbers on Google My Business, and some of my heating and air conditioning and plumbing customers, fence clients, fence repair clients, and builder deck builders, it's been about 45 to 60% of their phone calls come from their Google My Business listing. And that's kind of the directions Google's going in. If you've paid any attention to some of the writings of the SEM people, search engine marketing people, they are saying that we are witnessing a time that Google's getting away from even requiring a website. I'm sure the Google My Business listing will become a paid-for piece of property soon, or later. It's going to happen. It's kind of like Google Maps. You can advertise now in Google Maps, but sooner or later, you may face the situation where you've made a change and it's tripped an algorithm that has caused your invaluable Google My Business listing to be suspended. I think what happened in this particular contractor's case is that they had, pardon me, been grandfathered in with their listing that had their street address on it. Now, this is a plumbing contractor, and they had their street address grandfathered in. Shit. I guess I might have to edit this out. All right, I apologize about the 1, 2, 3. Okay, I apologize about the edit that I had to put in just then. I went into a coughing spell. Of course, I haven't coughed all day long, but you turn on the video. Anyway, to skip to the chase, sooner or later, you stand a pretty good chance of tripping an algorithm. In this particular case, it was a plumbing contractor that changed their address to show that they did not service people at that location, but instead had a region that they served. And so they listed the towns. Then they got cold feet about it and said, oh no, what if I'm messing up my current very respectable Google My Business listing on the maps? And they went back and added back the street address again. Well, that tripped an algorithm that caused them to get suspended. And for weeks now, they've sat around trying to get the account reestablished. No one from Google has responded. They had even gone to contacting Google through their Google My Business through their Facebook page. No response whatsoever, one way or the other. I mean, this was a company that had been around for 15, 20 years. You could even go to their address on Google Maps and see their street sign in front of the building. See the building of the building that they're located in with a sign on the outside with the phone number on it. But anyway, Google suspended it. They brought me in trying to get it reestablished. I have tried everything, and then I finally found a contact phone number for Google My Business. So I wanted to read it off to you. It's 844-491-9665. I'll post this in the notes below. I honestly didn't know that they had. I mean, you're probably going to speak to someone overseas because, this is not a business that Google charges for. well, they'd probably do that anyway, but certainly with AdWords, you're going to get someone overseas most of the time, but that's just the way it is. But, Google My Business markets itself as being something that's for free, and it really is, but you need to not only sign up for the account, claim the account, put your business listing, your URL on there. Nowadays, they allow you to post photographs. They allow you to post articles. They allow you to post special pricing on certain things, or to put calendar events on there. Like if you were going to have sponsor a car wash at your business for the local JC club or whatever, the local band, you can now post that on there. And I have watched my clients, the more I post, and I try to post at least once a week now for all of my clients, that they start getting more activity to the Google My Business listing, and they get more phone calls. And the way we know that they get more phone calls is Google's got it. You can actually go into the insight section and see that they'd gotten phone calls where someone had looked it up on a smartphone, pressed the button to dial the phone number. But I also put a tracking number on it, because sometimes they just, it's a desktop or whatever, the people dial the phone number. So that's something to keep in mind. You want to hire, if you can't do it every day or every week, you need to hire a search engine marketing person to write some articles, to do some little banner type ads is what we do. For specials, or we'll write an article. Like I remember one that was very successful was for a recent holiday, and just commemorating the holiday with, I believe it was Memorial Day weekend. And so that one got a lot of, a very good reception for all of my clients, and they got phone calls. And in fact, at the end of the article, we stressed that they would be open that weekend to service people. And so it's something you might want to entertain doing is if you're not going to be able to, your competitors are going to do this, whether you do it or not. They're going to start posting to their Google My Business account, just like people were posting regularly to their blogs. And I think that's just the new search engine marketing hack these days is posting to your search engine marketing, your Google My Business listing. Now, if you haven't looked up your Google My Business account, you need to sign in with a Gmail account, go to the business and verify that it's yours. So you would type in, you need to be in a Google Gmail account, and then type in your business name, Joe Jones, Fence Contracting, Houston, Texas, and you'll find it, and then you claim it, and they'll mail a postcard to your address, and then you put in a verification code, and then you will be allowed to post. Once it's verified, this usually takes about 5 to 7 days. You'll be able to start posting articles and updates to it, just like you would, like I said a minute ago, a blog. But first you have to verify it. Let me see if there's some other questions on here. Is Google Business Google keeps changing the name of that Google Local Services. It's been so many different things. Don't confuse it with Google Local Services and that Google Verified program. That's a totally separate advertising situation there. But I'll tell you a great article you may want to go read about this is do a search for the ultimate guide to Google My Business. It's on a company's website called HubSpot, and that'll kind of give you the bullet points. If it turns out to be something, and it will for most of you, that's just a little bit more involved than you want to get, then by all means contact a local search engine marketing company and just be prepared to pay them to do it for you. This is the new website, in my opinion. I and the more you update it, the more traffic goes up. The more traffic goes up, the more views you will see. It actually will have it in your Google My Business listing under Insights. It'll show what search terms your Google My Business listings coming up for, how often it's being seen in the Google Maps section, as well as the regular search results. So now you're appearing in two different places. And it's a lot of it is predicated on where the actual location of the searcher is. So if they're on a smartphone and they're right in the middle of a particular geo-targeted part of a town or a zip code, then whoever's closest to that location are the ones that are going to be seen. And so, but the more you update it to that, kind of makes you outscore the other people, if that's understandable. Anyway, I hope this has been some help to you. Google My Business account suspension. It's going to happen to even the best of you. When it does, if you cannot get it undone yourself, contact a local search engine marketing expert and they'll take care of it for you. Until then, I hope I'll be doing more videos. Down in the lower right-hand corner, there's going to be a subscribe button. I hope you'll subscribe to my videos, and we'll start knocking one of these out at least once a week, maybe twice a week. And there will be tips and hacks, or whatever you want to call it, really from 20 years of experience of my doing business for contractors, for small businesses on the internet. So my name's Bob Rutledge, and have a good evening.